Hello everybody, welcome to a new Tuesday. I hope you had a wonderful rest last week, and now we're going to do just the last of the last. So if we've done this week's work, then it's revision, and I think maybe after 2 weeks of revision we will know when you and I will be seeing each other again. Okay, so this is going to be a procedural text. A procedural text is something like a recipe. It tells you the procedure in which something is done. But there are two ways of writing a procedural text. If you've got a book, if you fetched your books from school, I am on page 35 of our second term book today, 35 and 36. If you don't have a book, don't worry. I've taken pictures of this so that you can only see. It's not necessary to see the words that I've taken the pictures of. It's just necessary for you to see what forms the procedural texts can have. So the first one looks like an essay. It looks like just a normal paragraph that someone wrote on how to change a plug. Now I'm just going to read a little piece out of this so that you understand what I mean if I say it's written in a paragraph form. So this is how to change a plug, and they say children from about 10 years of age upwards, both boys and girls, should really know how to do this simple task. Get a bedside lamp. Now please don't do this. It's just the text that says you have to do it. Don't really do it. Get a new plug and to put onto the cord. Then they say you have to keep to proper wiring rules to prevent electrical shocks and other damage later on. Now, open the new plug. To do this, remove the cover by undoing with a large screw on the pin inside of the plug, and then with a screwdriver. Loosen the screws and the cable clamp that hold the wires in place. Ready to add the wires from the cord? Good. Now, use wire strippers to remove a little plastic insulation at the end as to reveal the inner wire. Twist the copper strands of the wire together and feed them into the correct connection. The green and yellow earth wires should go onto the top and enter the clamp from the left. Once that is done, tighten the screw. The blue neutral wire goes to the left and enters the clamp facing downwards. The brown live wire goes to the clamp on the left. Make sure the plug clamp is secure and then replace the plastic cover and tighten the screw. Well done, you have just learned a new skill. Alright, so that was in a paragraph form, the procedural text. Now, you will need for the next procedural text. This looks like a recipe. And I personally like to see, if you have to do something, I like to see steps in which you have to do it. Such as, you will need plug, appliance cord, screwdriver, wire, strippers or scissors. Number 1, open the plug using a screwdriver. Ensure the plug is facing you as shown. Loosen the screws holding the plug in place. Number 2, make sure the cord has some of the plastic insulation stripped to reveal the wires. Number 3, work out where blue neutral wire goes by following the diagram to the right. Do the same for the brown live and green and yellow wires earth. Number 4, attach each wire to its correct connection and tighten the screws to secure the wire in place. Number 5, make sure all the wire strands are properly in the terminals. Number 6, make sure the cable clamp where the wire enters the plug is secure. And number 7, replace the plastic covering. Okay, so we did the same thing, but just in different ways because it was described differently. And this is a procedural text. Now I'm going to read to you what you have to do today. Look at the worksheet that I've given you. I'm not going to repeat everything that it says on there. You can read, and I'm sure you can follow instructions. So I'm asking you to write a procedural text. You may now choose whether you want to write it number 1, number 2, number 3 as the second one that I've read to you, or whether you want to write it in a paragraph form. You can choose between giving me a recipe, either that or how to get to school from your house. If you want to choose the last one, then you're going to write number 1, go out of my gate. Number 2, turn left. Number 3, follow the road for 6 kilometers. Either that, or you are going to write, we are going to drive past the veld, and on your right hand side you will see a cafe, past the cafe, as you do in a paragraph form. That is if you've chosen to write how to get to school from your house. But if you want to give me a recipe, same thing applies. I've just given you 4 pillars, so these are for you to check that you've done everything that should be done for a procedural text. So you must always have a goal or an aim. What are you going to do? So I'm going to drive from my house to school, or I'm going to teach you how to make a nice pasta dish. That's your goal. The second one, how will it be done? That you know, that's the steps. And then what will you need? Easy, you know what that is. And the conclusion, what next? So the conclusion is have a nice meal with your family, or dish it up with a nice green salad, or and now you are at school, have a great day. You're not allowed to use my examples, but that is how you end it. Please do this. Do the draft first. You know how to do a draft. We've done this in school. Remember, now you're going to ask me, ma'am, should I use a pencil? I don't care. Use a pencil, use a pen, whatever you need for your draft, you may decide. And then the most important thing is just you must have the draft, have the final product in pen, tidy for me to see when we are back at school. Have a great day, and I miss you. Bye-bye.